Our time now 7:46. We're following breaking news out of Norfolk, where crews are working on a water main break on Tidewater Drive near St. Denis Avenue.
And that's where we find 10 on your side's Liz Palka, who just got to the scene. So Liz, what can you tell us from where you are right now?
Well, Katie and Don, we're here at the intersection of Tidewater Drive and Bellevue, and it's just a block behind me where this water main break happened at some point this morning. I spoke to someone here on the scene from the utilities department with the city of Norfolk. He told me that the break is in that section, and they believe that it is weather related with all the changes in the temperature that we experienced in the last day or so. It just was too much for some of these pipes to handle for that main. So that is where this break happened. From what I can tell, at least in this hour, traffic is flowing just fine. There are some orange cones that are set up, but cars are easily able to make their way around it. I do want to show you some of what we're seeing in this area. Now, there is a lot of traffic, keep in mind, here on Tidewater Drive, but if we can show some of the ponding that we're seeing on Tidewater just across the road there. As we were driving down it, I could see that in several different areas. There's some slush that's forming too, again, with the cold temperatures. But other than that, there's certainly not any high water. There's no standing water other than that shallow ponding that we are seeing here. So that is what we're seeing now. We are going to try and get some more information. There was a car accident that happened a little bit closer to Lafayette and Tidewater just a little while ago. They have cleared that, but we do understand from dispatchers that there were no injuries. Don and Katie, back to you.
Liz, just to clarify now, that standing water that you just showed us that has some of the ice crystals forming over it, is that water coming from the water main break, or is that some standing water that was already there?
Katie, I imagine it is from the water main break at some point this morning. I will say there's not necessarily a stream that's leading from a block away all the way here to Bellevue and Tidewater. But I would imagine that it was, maybe the water was a little bit higher earlier this morning. There's also another section down by Lafayette and Tidewater where there's the exact same thing, some of that ponding on the side of the road. Katie?
All right, so folks definitely need to be careful driving by in those areas to make sure their tires don't get caught up in some of that iciness that's forming from this water main break and the cold temperatures. Our Liz Palka live in Norfolk. Thank you so much for all the important information.
All right. It is 7:40.